Now we can open it up for questions. So if anybody has any questions, if they can come down, state their name, so that everybody in the public can hear the question which will be asked.
My name is Gabe Hauser, and I'm a parent of an East Haven Academy student. I want to know, what is Meridian's plan for the safety and protection of the children during construction and long-term, the separation of the school from the residential properties? We don't know who's going to use it.
You know, as a parent, I think that's, I'm a parent of two sons as well, and that's a really critical and important consideration as to how we can phase a project like this and how we can stage a project like that. And as part of what we would prepare, this is the first time we've met all of you and put anything on the table, that would actually be a plan that would be reviewed and approved to be sure that it's addressed properly.
Approved by whom?
Approved by whoever your
The town council.
town council or whoever in your town takes on the responsibility of ensuring that the safety is paramount.
But the answer is there's no plan yet, right?
Oh, not even near the plan yet.
It's all unofficial plans. That's what we have to do.
I just want to, as a point of clarification, the role of the town council is to approve agreements and documentation with the developer and setting the parameters, the number of units and the things of that nature. This has a lot more in the process. Properly to go before the various planning boards, maybe the zoning board of appeals if it's a requirement, but certainly planning and zoning for site plan approvals. So every step of the way, the public is involved in what happens here. The town council isn't really responsible for the minutia of the planning in detail. They set the parameters, and we want them to set the parameters. You know, some of the things that we discussed today were a little confusing relative to, for example, the auditorium. Some of the designs you saw today were designs that would take place if the auditorium was in some future time not necessary for use by the organizations or by the school. Things change over the course of years. There's no plan to change anything, but in the initial inception, in the agreement that is approved by the council, if indeed it approves it, there is absolutely no deviation for protecting the auditorium for the uses that I previously, the gymnasium and the pool. And certainly the town, through the zoning and code enforcement and building departments and fire marshal department, would be very interested in making sure that any activity that takes place while there's school activity there is done in such a way that it would not put any of our children in any jeopardy at all. I would think that a lot of the more difficult construction things would be done at a time when the schools are out, either for summer vacation or for the various vacations that they get through the course of the year. All those things will be scrutinized carefully by the various town boards and commissions, and they can't act without a public hearing similar to this. You know, so you'll be able to express your concerns and questions all through this process. Some of you may even get tired of coming to the number of meetings that this process will take over the course of the next year. If it reaches the first hurdle, which is the town council approval for us going forward, that was the concept that was described here tonight. Sometimes not what actually is going to be there in the final analysis, but what will be there won't be more than what you're seeing. It will possibly be less than what you're seeing.
Another thing is that we are still planning another public meeting for the town council. This is our first time, but we've seen the plans also. So it's nothing that, you know, everybody in the town council sitting here tonight has seen these plans for the first time, including myself. So
Why was only the East Haven Academy parents and the center of the town hall? What is it? And not the whole
I'm not sure I can answer that. Martha can answer.
Okay, yeah, I want to answer the notification process. The town issued a press advisory to the East Haven Courier, East Haven Advertiser, and the Register. It was placed on the scroll, it was posted in the town clerk's office, and in order to get the message out to the people most directly affected, a reverse 911 message went out for everybody in town from Main Street to the water and from the North Branford line?
No.
Well, it was supposed to. Who didn't hear that?
It did. I'm just telling you,
Where
it
do you
did.
live, sir?
The second district going towards the water.
Okay, you didn't get a call?
Absolutely
What
not.
street do you live on?
Whalers Point,
No call?
no calls. I'm sure there's a few other people who had no calls also. Along with this.
There was an
So our
attempt.
system, if that's our emergency system for notification, we have a problem.
Well, I can check and see whether some of those streets are not. Understand something, you know, we're here to inform you, and we're trying to do it in a civil manner. And we made every attempt to inform you. By virtue of the fact that you're here, you must have heard it in some fashion. So you are here. And we're going to have another public hearing when the town council officially looks at this issue sometime in the near future, depending on, you know, what the result is of the feeling of the council members after tonight's meeting.
Art, can I just say something? I'm Marilyn Herpach from 110 French Avenue. I believe Friday night, I arrived home with a garbled message. I recognized the mayor's voice. And I immediately called fire department. I said, what is he trying to tell me? And whoever was in charge called me and, you know, explained to me. The next day, I received another message. I received three reverse 911, which to me is a waste of town money. And I told a lot of people.
Well, it doesn't cost us anything to do that, and it's really a useful tool to try to notify people who may have missed it in the paper, who may have missed it on the scroll, who may have missed it in
But I was told by the dispatcher, it was only the center district. Her name was dispatcher Coppola.
Okay, but I don't know why she would tell you that. It was intended
She
to
said
notify.
she received it from the health officer.
All right, we need to move on. Let's go.
Excuse me for a second. Excuse me for a second. When we were, okay, can you hold on a second? Right. Now, a quick, just so the public knows, this meeting was supposed to be just presented to the town council tonight. A member from a citizen from the town of East Haven asked me if I would accept questions from the public, which normally is not done at a first informative meeting. I decided to do it. So if we can keep it, there will be other meetings that we're going to be holding. Okay? This is for the town councils tonight, basically. So we'll do it in an order that we can be progressive. Okay? All right, now that there's no more questions from the public, how about the council? Does council have any questions they want to address? It's our turn. It's our turn. Nobody? You have a question?
You can come up if you like, or you can say it from there, whatever.
And April Capone-Allman, D3. First of all, I want to thank the public for coming out. You know, we're not doing you a favor by allowing you to be here. We appreciate that you're here. This is our responsibility to listen to the feedback of the public. So I certainly appreciate that you have attended this meeting. Secondly, I think, you know, I want to apologize to the developer because I really feel that before a developer was even brought in, that the townspeople should have been asked if they wanted to sell this building. And to my knowledge, that was never asked. So I am sorry that you've been through so many months of negotiations, because it's my read on the situation that the townspeople don't want to sell the building. And that's, again, been my read on the situation. So if negotiations continue on from here, that would be great. You seem like a responsible development team. If not, I am sorry if you wasted your time, but I do want to thank the people for coming out tonight.